Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes, a Protoss versus Protoss in the bottom right. The red Protoss player sending out a probe, but not as quick as his opponent. It is... Snoopy. And in the top left, with a probe already in his opponent's base, it is XXX Exterminator XXX MLG 420 XX underscore L33TXX. Or something like that. Exterminator. Walling off the natural. Already 2 probes on the map. Meanwhile, Snoopy adds on a forge and has decided he's just going to slap some pylons down wherever he feels good about it. Exterminator had 2 probes out on the map for undetermined reasons. The probes, they do notice the secondary pylon and will be distracted by it. More probes coming to the net. Kill the problem. Another probe is coming across. He's got to be careful with this. He's going to slap down a pylon. The probe slips through. Big moves thus far. Cannon shut down. Still money for another cannon. But the third pylon, so deep in the paint, it's stuck in the main. Here comes the neighborhood. Oh no, he's trapped in a prison of his own design. The probe's taking this cannon rush very seriously, but speaking of, there's more cannons. This cannon, he's not going to be able to slap a cannon over there. That's optimistic, but he might be able to make it in towards the main. Another cannon. Drops it down. Oh, slips through again. Big moves. No cancel. Snoopy. Another cannon. And the probe dies. And another cannon dies. And everything dies. And all the probes die. A whole lot of mining time lost. But at the end of the day, he shut it down. Exterminator has exterminated that cannon rush. Now, it's not like Snoopy was 100% committed to it. He's got a cyber core on the way. He already built a gateway. He's got a decent probe count. It's not the end of the world. But Exterminator definitely with a slight lead here. We'll see what Snoopy does once he gets the gas and also has that cyber core online. Deb gonna finish off one of the pylons. Another probe just keeping watch. Fortunately, Exterminator, in killing so many pylons, forgot one of his own. His second pylon, in fact. Gonna be mildly supply blocked. Now can finally build that stalker. Slaps another gun. Oh, microing against the pylons. Gonna make sure they don't get away. Meanwhile, Snoopy just goes about his business. Slaps down a Nexus. Stargate on the way for Exterminator. Twilight Council for Snoopy. I guess we're going to go back to our corners and just have a moment. Or 2, or however long a moment is. Because neither side now really has, I guess Exterminator has 3 Stalkers and an Adept. Is that really a deadly attacking force? Against a player who literally has no units? Yes. Right now Snoopy literally has no units, but he's building cannon rush into what's next? A Dark Shrine. Because why wouldn't it be a Dark Shrine? Of course it's a Dark Shrine. Cheesy Protoss. A very creative strategy from Snoopy thus far. Big probe transfer towards his natural. And then eventually finds those mineral patches alluring. Snoopy's gonna build himself a proxy pylon. This was I was about to say a decorative star game, but no! An oracle is out, and it's about to have a serious revelation, even if it doesn't actually use revelation. As if it gets into the main, it will find the Stargate, not the Stargate, the Dark Shrine, and so much more. Stalkers warping in. Does he notice the Dark Shrine? It's finishing. Will it finish? It's pretty obvious here. There's a lot of micro. So he saw the Dark Shrine. But did he see the Dark Shrine? Snoopy has 32 out of 78 supply. He's got a couple proxies here. Exterminator doesn't have an expansion. So while the Oracle got a lot of important info, how is he going to capitalize on it? The observer's right there. These DTs are going to be scouted. Nope, and he loses one. But Exterminator is very scared of... the last Archon. This is a very, very optimistic Archon. Yeah, you're not lifting me up. Because, much like your mother, this Archon is too heavy. So we have the makings of an Archon attack. The observers continually scout this. Stalkers can outrange Archons despite their advanced psionic energy. Stalkers just kind of shoot them from a long distance. There is still a DT in there. One Archon being targeted. These Stalkers will eventually get here. The splash damage is good, but I don't think it's good enough. There's not enough Stalkers here. You're not microing your way out of this one. Snoopy choosing an alternative pylon. He has pylons at each of several bases on Exterminator's side of the map. He's got a lot of options. Exterminator looking to exterminate this Stalker, even throwing the Adept Shade to murder it. That means all his units are out of position. There is a cannon. Wait, there is a cannon. Exterminator built a forge. He's gonna be... These mineral patches are gonna start mining out pretty soon. He still has plenty of time to expand. And by plenty of time, I mean like 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Snoopy is taking this very seriously. We got cannons and shield batteries across the front, done a split second before the Stalkers get here. And that is so incredibly important. He's going to try to target fire. Stalker warping in, not a super pylon. The shield batteries are out of energy. Does he target the observer? No, it's too late. Wait a second. Oh, no. Oh, my. Are we base trading with DTs? I mean, he has the cannon. The force field is an interesting choice. He's going for the cannon. The DTs can kill the cannon. The observer is very important. There's another observer over here. Cannon dies. He lifts up a DT, but he can't see it. What's happening? He can't see what he's lifting. He just knows he's lifting something. He has to build... Oh, he has an observer in his main. Okay. He's going to target the Dark Shrine. Immortal done. He's had enough of these Dark Templar. The Immortal, decides maybe it didn't want to walk in on this. Snoopy struggling. More DTs warped in at the last second. The Immortal. It's getting chased down there. Too many Stalkers. He's going to target the gateway. Decides against it. Going for the Robo. The DTs. Still going to work. There is detection. He sees them. The Robo goes down. Snoopy has money in the bank, but he's quickly running out of production, making things awkward. The DTs. Oh, he kills the Robo. The DTs walk it out. And now in the He didn't really kill any probes, so now Snoopy is left with a better economy. And there's only one Stalker and a Warp Prism left here. The DT's going to work on the Stalkers. Eventually the Observer shows up, but he kills a couple Stalkers with the DT's. Another Robo's being built. Snoopy has money in the bank. He's just struggling to spend. It looks like everybody's been inspired here. Some Zealots are warped in. They're not charged lots, which means the Warp Prism goes down. More Stalkers come out. Target fire there. More Stalkers on both sides. Good micro. He's coming across the map. There will be no recall this time, but there's nothing to recall for. Exterminator still on one base. He's running out of time. He's running out of income. The Zealots are chasing it down. Some Huck versus Naniwa vibes right now. But guess what? A couple more Stalkers show up to the party! And Adepts as well to help counter and buffer. Snoopy still has money in the bank. The supplies are dead even. The Stalker count is too damn high from Exterminator. But there's still warp-ins from Snoopy to help defend this. He starts an Immortal. Are the warp gates off cooldown? He can warp it again. He has money to warp in whatever he wants. The Pylon! The Pylon is very important right now. The Adepts, the Pylon powers... No, actually, no, the Pylon was not important. That was a lie. The other Pylon is very important now. The probes are pulled. He's losing probes. Finally warps in some Stalkers. There's going to be cannons and shield batteries, but they will be depowered. Wait, the Robo's depowered. Okay, the Pylon was important. I was right the first time. Snoopy pulls together the defense. And the probes say, get off my lawn. Snoopy holds. Barely. He's going to replace the Pylon. The shield batteries block some of the mining. A small price to pay for his life. Another Robo on the way. Snoopy taking it very seriously. Exterminator is running out of minerals here. He has an Adept that was recalled in between his gates. Oh. That's a pretty decent way to describe this whole game. This is an interesting place to put two cannons from Snoopy. Questionable usage of his budget right now. Exterminator desperately. He almost has enough for another Nexus, just as Snoopy is building his third. Snoopy Chrono Boost directly into a supply block, which is unfortunate. Not the biggest issue here. There's a whole lot of Sentries and Zealots, and also a couple Phoenixes thrown in. Exterminator is finally expanding. There's a surprising... there are 4 Observers from Exterminator. Well, he did not like the Dark Templar. This probe is doing its own thing over here. So that's... yeah. That's something. I don't... the best words. So now this army shows up, and on paper, Snoopy has a great army, but those are... he can pick up... he's gonna warp in. No Guardian Shield, but the Zealots are pretty good. Oh, now there's 2 Guardian Shields. They do not stack. The Force Field, he picks up an Immortal, and wait a second! The Sentry control was more than good enough. And he cleans up that army pretty solidly. Meanwhile, from the forward base, 4 more Stalkers come trickling in. He could kind of just walk up with these guys, as there's nothing to stop them. He decides to pull back instead. There's a Templar Archives now on the way for Exterminator, which I guess Archons could be helpful here. I don't know if Storm's really going to make all the difference. The army supply is critically low, despite everything that's happened. And An Immortal. There's still energy. There's still a lot of force field here. And the cannon's a bit of a threat. The Cyber Core getting hit. He's gonna... he gets a sentry. There's a force field. Doesn't do much. Another force field. That Stalker unhappy about it. The 3 oh, here comes some more Stalkers, but also here comes some Templar. For Archons, which is an interesting thing to throw into the mix here. I mean, you got the gas. Why not? There goes the Cyber Core, so he's going to be forced into the soon-to-be Charge Zealots. Starting to run out of energy here. Eventually, these Stalkers will be added on. Snoopy pushing in. He's got a big supply leak. Great force field there. And he picks up the Immortal. Immaculate control. He can even hit it. He can knock it down while it's held in place. So far, so great. Picks up the Immortal again. An Archon, but here comes some more Stalkers joining the party. The Archon versus the Immortal. Immortal dropped down, but knocked out immediately. Another Immortal. Another pickup. But there's not that many units left over. Uses a force field. Trying to hit. Oh, target fire on the Stalkers. 3 Stalkers to 2. He's out of energy. Charge is about to finish on these Zealots, though. There's no energy on the Phoenix. It's 3 Stalkers and an Immortal. He's waiting for another Warpin. Probably a smart move. More Stalkers will eventually show up with the slow Warpins, but Charge will make all the difference. He charges on top of the Immortal. Snoopy gonna be shut down and pushed away from the base finally. Oh, another Immortal and more Stalkers. Everybody filing in from both sides. It's like a musical right now of death. So a musical. Plenty of more Zealots are coming in. They got +1 armor done. The only basic upgrade in the match. More Stalkers. That's just too many Zealots. And with the armor, they're not going to be taken down easy. They close the distance. The probe comes in and builds a pylon. That was very optimistic. And finally, the last unit of Snoopy is exterminated. The pylon will be left intact in remembrance of the danger of probes. Snoopy has 3 bases, but he doesn't have an overwhelming economy with which to use them. He's going to shade his Adepts by into the preciously small economy. He can't really afford to lose many probes here, but he will be losing many probes. The probes fight, meaning they will die. He's down to 14 probes. He picks up the Adepts and a probe, so that way they can stare each other down angrily. And then here comes the Archon. Probe wins that duel. And staring contest. So, Exterminator is now down to 14 probes. And now this, like, everybody's very excited for that Archon to be involved in the fight. It's 41 to 12 army supply. Yeah, get in there, Archon. You can do it. We believe in you. There's nothing to really defend the natural. He has 1 Stalker. He has 4 Stalkers and an Immortal with the Stalkers. He brings the army back. This bought him time. Oh, that actually extended the lifespan of the Stalker by picking it up. We'll get there. Meanwhile, the Stragglers will decide to continue forward. Stargate is 2 Stargates now. Nearly done. Gonna start Void Rays because eventually every game ends in Void Rays. The Zealots are chewing through the probes. The rest of the army has charged across the map. 1 Immortal's not going to stop this. Snoopy losing a whole lot of workers. He's going to try to defend his main, but his main isn't really the most important place to be right now. Meanwhile, Stalkers have been warped in on the other side. The probe transfer may have given away the situation here, though. That he does indeed have another base. The probes will be slaughtered. Stalkers, but there's +1 armor charge slots. It looks like that'll be enough with the Stalkers in tow to easily deal with this. Snoopy, it looks so good for him. But now he's stuck in his base with 15 probes and not enough minerals. If Exterminator attacks in, that is the only hope of Snoopy. Exterminator attacks in. Target firing a cannon. Void Ray starting to work on things. Archon in a weird position. He target fires down observers. He does not have DTs with which to take advantage of this scenario. The Zealots are microed onto the Immortals, which not necessarily the greatest play in this scenario. The Void Ray Cannons, Immortal, everything goes. Some of the probes are gonna die. But the shield battery's working overtime, and Exterminator loses his entire army. So now there is one Void. The thing is, there's still more than enough anti-air, right? Oh, those are... The Phoenixes have no HP, creating a weird scenario. The thing is, like, an Immortal... Well, he's warping in more Stalkers. Now, Exterminator... Well, +1 is done. The probes are gonna have to long distance... Wait, no they don't. I don't... There's not that many minerals here. He doesn't have the money for another Nexus. So now Exterminator is the only one truly mining. The unit count is probably the most important thing right now. Every zealot matters. He can't... Oh, he's gonna chase. He's chasing. The Void Ray, though. Down goes a Phoenix. He's trying to get an Archon. An Archon could make all the difference. He's gonna fight. He's trying to get that Archon going. The Immortals are hitting it. If he runs out of anti, he charges up. It's unclear. The Immortals are winning this. No, they're not. They're not winning this fight. They're not winning this fight at all. One Immortal remains. And with it, the hopes and dreams of all of Snoopy's Protoss. He now has 400 minerals. And no units. Aside from probes. He builds another Immortal. Oh, Snoopy. Where is your Charlie Brown? Exterminator. Held on. Desperately. And he, if nothing, I don't even know what could happen, but if nothing happens, no, oh, don't, no, he goes deep, he's diving deep for the Immortal. All you have to do is kill the cannon. Just kill everything. Kill it all. Kill it all. The shield, oh, you have one job. It's not over. He wanted that Immortal. That's literally one Immortal versus everything. Snoopy is expanding to the bottom left corner. Because why wouldn't Snoopy be expanding to the bottom left corner? There are 4 probes left. He has one Immortal. All Exterminator has to do. Don't you dare go chase it. The shield batteries are mostly out of energy. That could be it. That is the Immortal. Down it goes. Finally. He's gonna, like, he's killing this cannon. All he has is a cannon. He's got a cannon. Alright. He's targeting the pylons. The cannon's still holding for now. There's only one pylon left. Well, there is still a pylon. There is still a dream, he says. But that dream is nearly dead. As the entire base is taken offline. An Oracle, where did that come from? Finds the hidden base. Kills the rest of the probes. Snoopy fights to the very last. He's at 0 supply. He's at 1 supply. Because he just juked out the Oracle damage. He has no more minerals. And with it, 0 supply. G. Did you expo? Only 2 base. Yes, only 2 base. Believe him. All micro body. An amiable and friendly conclusion to an epic struggle. Exterminator exterminates Snoopy. Thank you to FFT Private for judging that one worthy. If you agreed, like and subscribe and check out how to submit and judge Bronze League Heroes by checking the description, which you do by doing those first two things. Ring the bell. What do you think? What could they have done better? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Pronounce your word. Enunciate. Why didn't they play Zerg? Anyways. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bronze League Heroes.